Hello, everyone. I'm really excited today. It's Monday, and if several of you are like Lacey and I know Carissa, I just talked to her today, we have been running like crazy doing college senior sessions, call or high school grad sessions, high school cap and gown. I'm running out today for one. This is my last week of crazy until my daughter's party on the 24th. We got graduation on the 23rd, party on the 24th. So I blocked that week. I'm really excited to just be kind of like at the end of this marathon. Lacey, I mean,
hmm
do you feel like we're back to circa October and September of 2024?
Yes. And honestly, like here in California, we're still doing prom sessions.
You're doing what?
Prom.
Oh
Because
God, prom. I'm
we
so
have, yeah, we have huge schools here
okay.
that have to rent venues. They can't do it at their auditorium. There's too many kids.
Okay.
So they're competing with brides and wedding parties. They're competing with, there's a bunch, and there's only a certain amount of auditoriums and certain sized venues that can accommodate some of the larger schools like in our area like Sheldon's proms. So some of the smaller schools get uh kind of the slim pickings. So we just this weekend is the last one that I am doing, but there are two more later this month. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm done. I can't do it. So yeah, so
April.
I did have a client that even though their prom is Memorial Day weekend, which is insane to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But their prom is Memorial Day weekend, but I am out of town. So there was a group that came, got all dressed up, and they did do their own hair and makeup versus their prom. They're getting it professionally done, but they looked great. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. And I'm gearing up for cap and gown now because we graduate later than a lot of schools in the Midwest, I think. Most of my kids start to graduate in June.
It's crazy. April used to give me so much anxiety because I would photograph three high school proms. Like I would literally be the person there set up and snapping the photos during prom and getting the candids during prom. And my best friends would go. My girlfriend Jody would go, and my girlfriend Crystal would go. We'd have a good time. I mean, we love prom. There's always a good DJ. There's a good vibe. But there would just be so many photos and so much organization on top of the prom minis. So
Yeah.
when Parker graduated, I said, that's it. I'm done. Get a new
hmm
photographer for prom. I'm done. I mean, it was just a lot. But yeah, I mean, April and May have been just exhausting. Guys, Lacey is monitoring the questions on
Yes.
Facebook in the
And
Facebook.
there's no questions, just comments and hellos. So Kiersey says hi, and Matthew said Memorial Day. That's wild. I agree. I will say a lot of juniors also like because we do separate. I didn't realize this until this year that you guys do junior senior prom.
Yes, yes, we do that. And oh my God,
It's
my daughter was scamming to get in freshman year, and she I mean, that girl,
I
pro-
love it.
but
I we don't do that here. Unless it's a really small school, like private schools and like really small schools, they'll do junior, senior. But almost every public school has a junior prom and a senior ball.
oh,
That's what we call it. So, but we don't call it ball photos. We call it prom photos. That was an accident. I just realized I did that. But we just call them all prom photos.
we're talking about high school here.
Yes,
He
but
just
it is
totally
senior.
joined the high school, middle school
It
boy.
is senior ball, yeah. Um,
Oh, by the
yeah.
way, I'm monitoring all the comments on Instagram. Guys, ask
hmm
questions. We'll answer any questions you have today about business, marketing, clients, whatever you want. We've got Lacey on here for about 15 minutes. We just wanted to pop on and say happy
Yeah.
Monday and just talk. We just wanted to talk with you.
Yeah. And Valerie said she's listening while setting up her headshot session. Have a good headshot session, Valerie. And Chelsea said graduation is next weekend for us. So yeah, we have most of there's only one school that I know of that graduates in my area in May. Everyone else is June. And Shauna said, yep, I think she's saying, because she's near me, prom, junior and senior, we do separate. So yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay, Lacey, what is new and exciting for you real quick before we dive into the next topic?
Oh my gosh. Well, I started to work on some stuff in the in the background. I am doing a lot of setting up for this next season, class of 2026. I have officially shot my last senior session of 2025. That is finalized. So right now, I am setting up all of my team album design sessions, and that's a lot. For me, it's my, album design sessions can be really it's a lot of work, right? And when you have a team, I don't know about y'all, but we end up doing it all around the same time. So it's just back to back to back to back. It's order central. So that's what I'm gearing up for. And we leave a couple of blank pages if they want for the cap and gown sessions, which are coming up for me. Oh, yep. And Sean said I survived Hot 100 judging. That is what I did survive that. Yay.
That's a big one. Hey, real quick, sidebar. Alba wants
Mm-hmm.
to know, when you have a group of 10 prom juniors, Lacey, do you
Mm-hmm.
the group first or the individuals?
Okay. So I like to do group, individual, group. I know that sounds weird, or group, couple, individual, group.
Yep, the
I
onion.
will do, yes, I do an Oreo cookie or a burger because I want to get them. I know that first group shot will be okay. Their favorites will be later. Um, on occasion, have I had one girl that's missing, so I end up not being able to do the group shoot because her makeup takes too long? Yes, drives me nuts. But the reason I do group shoot in front, group shoot in the beginning is at the end is to make sure everyone's there the entire time. Everyone is watching me and how I work with other clients because, and I don't know about y'all, but occasionally I will have someone that's like, "Oh, well, I really want photos, but my date doesn't care." And I'm like, "Okay, great. They can be in the group shoot, but they can't be in any individuals. I will do one couple shot." And the mom of that date is there and is like, "Well, I I want some of you like this." And on the spot, I have a session that has already been um uh uh bought and paid for. I just get my little stripe thing out and I'm ready to go. So
Love my
inevitably that always happens. Juniors are more important to me than seniors for prom because this is my first time being in front of a lot of new people. A lot of my juniors that I end up getting are from these prom sessions. So I prioritize junior prom bookings over senior ball bookings for me. But if you're a junior senior prom person, I would say prioritize the juniors because they will be converting to senior clients. And
Yes, you've
that's
heard me say this
where
a
the money is.
times on lives and podcasts. If you wait till senior year, you're in the rearview mirror. Go straight to juniors, go down the line.
Yep.
Yep.
And very validly, especially now, these kids have so much on their plate.
They do.
Especially, and when they see that finish line, they're done. They're like, okay, I'm out of here. I don't care, right? Because kids are expected to do so much more than we were when we were in school or even 10 years ago. The demand if you're on a sports team or the demand if you're in theater or dance or academically is incredible. So they're just ready to be done with school and have that.
Was done at the end of junior year. That she walked out that door. It's reflected brilliantly and beautifully this year. But I will save my anxiety and angst later for later. Oh wait, Alva said I agree. Group, individual, group, individual. Yes,
Yeah.
Alva, definitely.
Yep. It helps. It helps break up kind of the monotony for me. I also uh like to, if I will notice in the group shoot who's going to be nervous.
Mhm.
And so it allows me to go, okay, the people that feel a little more natural, I'll have them go first. I'll have this person watch. And sometimes kids will pick up on some of the kids that are a little more. And, usually it's one of my clients that has booked me. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to pick on you. You're first because you've shot with me before.
Exactly. Hey,
So, yeah.
so okay, you're gearing up. You're,
Yes.
or I should say, you're winding down.
I'm winding down and gearing up, which is a lot.
Yes.
But I'm very excited for class of 2026. I have some really cool kids that have signed up for my team. I've structured my team as every year I do it a little differently. I think, I have been diagnosed with ADHD and I can't do anything the same. I get too bored with it. So I'm doing, and you tweak as you go along. That's part of being like a successful business, is seeing what I do SWOT goals and seeing what I liked about last year, what I didn't like, and tweaking it. So I've tweaked it again for the umpteenth time.
Well, you're getting ready for class of 2026.
Yes.
You're in CEO Plus semester 2. Chris
Yes.
and I, the three of us in our mastermind.
Yep. We just did our SWOT goals. Now we're working on destination shoots. It's crazy in there. I
It
love
is
it.
absolutely crazy. We love it. We love everybody in it. There's still time to join, by the way, but you're also getting ready to, let's just address the elephant in the room. You're getting ready to pack up and come back
Yep.
to Indiana because you're kind of a Hoosier.
I am. I call myself half a Hoosier because both my parents are Hoosiers. That means, if you don't know, that means born in Indiana or raised in Indiana. And I am the only sibling of 5 that was not born in Indiana. So I am the lone California kid, but I spent every summer in Indiana growing up and many Christmases and everything else. So it's my home away from home. Um, and I get to see family when I go back to Push. So I'm excited to do that as well. Yeah.
Yes. For those of you who have not checked out the lineup, Lacey will be joining us. Last year, she came in, I think, a week early.
I
She
did.
hung out with me a little bit. You got to hang out with your family.
Yep.
This year, you'll be back. What are you
Yep.
teaching about, Lacey? And then we'll just kind of talk about what push
Yeah.
is. If you have questions about what push is, please feel free to ask us.
Yeah. So my class is called Styling and Posing, Elevating Portraits with Creative Posing and Styling. So the number one question that I get after I post something from other photographers um is one of two things. So number one or two, question 1A, 1B. One is, what's that corner thing? And I taught it last year. So I'm if you weren't at last year's, I will be. Vickie has stored it for me, so I'm very excited. But I came early to help build that corner set, and someone junior lovingly built it for me. I just sat there. I was like, well, this is great. But the number one question I get is, how do you get your clients to post like that? I can never get my clients to post like that. That's the commentary I get. A lot of people say, well, you're from California. That's how California girls are. Listen,
No, no.
no, nope. It truly, I'm from Northern California. This isn't LA. But I don't even think people in LA, it's just connecting with your clients and empowering them to feel like they can play. And that is something that I really like to talk about when I teach. The other thing is, we're going to be talking about styling, which I've never been able to talk about at Push. So I'm very excited. I don't think I've ever really had a class on how I approach styling. And so I'm going to be talking about my workflow and my process with styling, how I allow my clients to feel like they are in a safe enough space to express themselves. And how I can get a client that will come in and be kind of shy, and by the end they are like, oh, you could model, you could get signed tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that happens with 100% of my clients, but I will say 95. I have good odds. And I think it is because of the workflow that I have, the comfort level that I try to bring to the table for them to, you don't put up your camera and go, okay, you're going to kick your leg up in the air. You can't do that with someone that doesn't know you. You have to get there.
No,
Yeah.
and you did a great job last year. I'm just going to go ahead and toot your horn on this one.
Oh, thank you.
You had one of my clients and you had Joshua Sharp, one of his clients, and you didn't know them.
Nope.
And they just showed up. You put the outfits on them, and the images were phenomenal.
So cute. They did a great job.
Loved it. I know Josh just did too. But it was just such an amazing experience. And you just proved to everyone at Push that you can show up and have a brief meet and greet with the client, make them feel comfortable, and then create incredible images. And
Yeah.
having your corner set was just, yeah, that was the bonus.
Yeah, and it's, the thing that I'm going to be walking people through is not just my workflow, but some tips and tricks, because I actually teach outside of photography. I teach um like how to connect with people and things like that through theater that I've done for decades, right?
Mhm.
And it's I'm using some of the tenets that that I've learned through that. There's things called like Toastmasters and classes that are out there. Well, this is basically a little sneak peek into some of that, where how you can connect with people quickly. My headshot sessions are 20 to 30 minutes long, so I don't have a ton of time to connect with them, but in that amount of time, I'm able to get something out of them. So I'll be talking about that as well. Yeah.
Well, we discussed that last month in the mastermind
Mm-hmm.
semester two about in supplemental income your headshots. But
Yeah.
okay, so this is going to be your third time at Push.
Yep. I'm
Okay,
excited.
we are excited to have you back. But
Yeah.
what can you expect at Push? I mean, you have been a first time. You have been on the outside looking in.
Yeah. So my first time at Push was in Austin, and I was overwhelmed by, like, I was a little starstruck, I'll be honest, by a few people. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I've followed you for so long," right? What I love about Push and what I found was I made some connections that are still friends for life, and that is something that really, I've been to conferences like a decade ago, and I couldn't even tell you anyone I met there because it was just a huge conference, right? And yeah, I met some people, they were very nice people, but it was just too much, right? I am more of a boutique conference girly. I figured that out. Um and so you have time. What I like about Push is you have time to connect with people. You have time to compare and contrast, which I like. And a lot of what you learn at Push isn't just from the speakers, it's chatting with other photographers that are in your peer group and making those important connections, right? Comparing and contrasting, going, oh my gosh, I'm struggling with this, and being honest about it,
Yeah, it's a
you
vulnerable
know?
space. I mean, you
hmm
literally feel safe to where you can be vulnerable.
Yeah. And that is so important. That's what I really enjoy about Push. And the other thing is, there are things that I am able to, like with Josh Sharp, I am not a volume sports photographer,
Right.
but 100% did I take several nuggets from what he does and apply it to my business? Absolutely.
Hmm.
And you don't have to, there's little nuggets you can gain from each speaker. Um, some things aren't always like glitzy and glammy to talk about, right? Like you have your lawyer who comes in and talks about contracts. It is scary to do that, but it's so needed. And
Hmm.
if you're going to have a valid business and you don't have that as a resource, going to Push that in and of itself is so invaluable. That's incredible. But also, we talk about the business end, we talk about um back end stuff like back end support CRMs, like 17 Hats is my CRM. And I've talked about that with other people at Push, right?
Right.
And I've learned about, oh, you do this, oh my gosh, oh, you do this with your mailing list, oh wow, so little things like that are so freaking important because we are alone in this business for the most part.
We are absolutely alone. This is a very lonely sphere.
Yeah. And we are on an island, and this is when you can leave that island and literally just like get all of these little nuggets of information from speakers, from peers and attendees, and learn from that. And beyond that, like I was really impressed with DePaul and how beautiful the campus is. And I really liked shooting there. It was really cool.
Well,
I
we
got some of my favorite shots of the year, honestly. That Michelle Cuppy styled last year, and
oh,
I mean, Michelle is amazing. And I can't remember her name. It was one of your girls, but she was in a silver dress.
Avery.
Avery,
No,
and
silk dress. She said she looked like a Bratz doll and she was adorable.
I loved
That's
it.
Addison. That's Addison.
Addison. Okay, yes. I loved it. And I got like these really cool clouds. It was so cool. And it's clouds that I know this is weird, but we don't get those clouds in California. We really don't.
Right.
I remember landing and I was like, "Oh, I've missed Indiana because there's just like a different atmosphere there." And maybe it's because I grew up, partially there. But there's this huge window. I don't know if maybe I can pull it up. But there's this huge window and I was able to get the reflection of the clouds and I was like, "This is such a cool shot. I'm very excited about it." I
Well,
loved it.
portfolio building at the last day. We all go out, we break up into groups of 10, and you rotate
Mhm.
every
Mhm.
hour. And that is just a great way to refresh, not to mention the after hour pods. And that's where the attorney is. Paul is there. If you've been, you know Paul. He reads your contracts, corrects it on the fly for you. He just tells you to video him, and you're getting a 300 some odd dollar an hour attorney now. I think he's like 350 an hour. He just keeps raising his rates for free in the cost of your admission. So like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take all your contracts? Oh,
Yeah.
it says you want to add something to the screen
Oh
here.
yeah, I was just going to talk about my bonuses later. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just getting it ready while you were
It's
talking. Okay. But yeah, I do think Paul is incredible. I've had a chance to chat with him um briefly because every time I've been there I've run an after hours pod. So I never get a real chance, but I'm like, "Oh man, I really."
out the door, which the last thing a lawyer needs is more fluffing of his ego. But there's always a line to Paul because it's
Mhm.
real money. It's 350 an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah. Yeah, it's invaluable,
Great.
truly. Um I don't think the QR code's on here,
Oh,
but
let me go do it again. I probably screwed it up because if it can be screwed up, I will screw it up. Can you see? Oh, I can see
oh
it now.
yep, there it is.
Wait,
So
that is
this is
read.
I do have a push bonus that if you sign up through my affiliate link, you will get a little extra. And the push bonus is just going to, or the QR code is just going to link you to this blog. But um it is a quick marketing guide. And I go through um social media prompts that I've put together that have worked for me, identifying your ideal audience. And I'm not saying what's your ideal senior, because, or like, seniors are my ideal audience. Obviously, that's a given. We are niching down so you can identify exactly who your ideal audience is and how to market yourself towards them. That is that is invaluable. I do sell this class, so, and you would be getting it for free if you signed up through my my link. Also, my email marketing templates are in there, and some in-person networking examples of what I've done in the past that have worked really well for me.
I love
So
it.
it's just a quick marketing guide. It is not my full class, but it is like a niched down version um, that has a lot of really good insight. Um, into how I market for my seniors. And I just saw this. Bet said Paul was the best.
Oh, who said that?
Bet shall better. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I now Bet was in Austin, I believe, when she utilized Paul. Yeah, he's great. I'm gonna just quickly, guys, that Lacey, that's a really good bonus gift. I mean, on
Mm-hmm.
top of everything else you're getting with Push. The good news is if you sign up under Lacey's link, you get all that. The bad news is there's only a handful of seats left. And this is our 10-year anniversary. So this one's different for me. I mean, I love Push, but this one is special because no one saw us getting to 10 years, and here we are, guys.
Yep.
And the lineup is incredible. We have Amanda Holloway, Tara, Thomas, Sean, Nikki Hufford, Lacey, Carissa, Emil from Slice of Lime, Katrina Jackson, Joshua Sharp, Lindsay Combs, Yoli Ray, and Paul Hadley.
Yep.
It's, yeah, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. We will answer all of your questions. But the beautiful thing that I love about Push is, yeah, you give your class, you're going to pick up nuggets, but you're also going to be in this creative bubble. The hotel is ours, the grounds are ours. We are all like, we're trauma bonded. Let's just be honest. We're all like in this bubble and we can't get out. And you're going to be asking questions and hanging out. I mean, Lacey, I've watched you go to lunch with attendees. I've watched you be at the after hour pods, being patient and answering questions that you didn't even teach on, because that's who you are. And that's who our instructors are at Push. And that's what this is like. This is your creative bubble.
Yeah, I try to make myself available as often as possible. I always tell people, you know, I am happy to go to lunch. I'm happy to go to dinner with people, and they can either just hang out or it can be, you know, a drill session. You can ask me any question, and I'm I'm pretty much an open book.
Yeah.
I am not stingy with my knowledge. I
Yeah.
try to be as open as possible with what I've learned. Sorry, I
Oh,
have allergies here times 1,000. It's been killing me. But yeah, I really do like sharing that knowledge, because when I first was in the industry, I did not have anyone that was like super open to sharing. And then when I did find someone, it was like, oh my gosh, this is like such a sigh of relief. Because I was tangential. I was in the marketing world, and I had done photos in like the commercial world. But seniors are a whole different ball game. And
absolutely.
yeah, trying to navigate your way through that is tough.
Well, and with Push, it is hard. I mean, there's a lot of things to learn and okay. One, it starts at 8 a.m. every day. You break around 6 o'clock and you go to dinner and you come back at 9 to midnight, and you're shooting in the bays and you're trying all these new things that maybe you've never tried before. White House Custom Color is there. They are phenomenal. They have things you can touch and feel, and I always have new things I have to add to my client offerings. Robert's Camera is there. John Scott and Nick Provost are wonderful. They are helpful.
Yep.
They are your camera people and your gear people. And no one is going to make you feel small for not knowing how to do something. The one thing that I am adamant about, if you've been around Senior Style Guide in the last 14 years, I can't believe this July is going to be 14 years for Senior Style Guide. You know, I was never the cool kid. I don't believe in the cliques. I don't want the drama. I survived high school barely. We are all in this together. I'm literally like head down. Like my mate.
Maybe that's why we're friends. I was a weird theater kid.
I was definitely a weird kid, had my head down. I mean, I didn't even want to find my class when I joined Facebook. I left my married name on there. You're not getting my maiden name. If we weren't friends in high school, I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
You know,
That's so hilarious.
I just don't believe in this hierarchy, this clique stuff. So we're here. We're here to be helpful. We're here to be friendly. I'm there to answer your questions. I'm there to make everything be as perfect as I can for you. And that's
Yeah.
where our instructors come in. And I love that. I love the camaraderie. I love
Hmm.
how people feel when they leave.
Yeah, we're not I'm not here for the like you can't sit with us vibe. I am like you can sit with us. In fact, save me a seat. I'm going to go get some shots. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to go get some french fries. Um I so
Taco Bell, if Thomas is in the room, you have to.
oh my gosh. I can't eat Taco Bell anymore. I'm 40 and a woman. I that is done for me. Um Margaret said she's so excited for this year. I'm excited too.
Margaret was there. Is it Margaret Fallen? She was there.
Yeah, she was there last year. Yeah.
Yes, we loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she has a son at DePaul, so she's familiar with the ground.
Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, I am very excited. I know we have an after hours pod with me. I'm starting to go, okay, I know what I want to do now. Um, it's going to annoy you, but I will tell you off air, but I am excited for it. So, yeah.
Annoy me. I'm ready to be annoyed. I'm ready for
Mhm.
this year has been a culmination. The end of last year and this year has been just a shit show. Let's just call it what it is. Okay. But I'm back. I've been gone for 5 months. I'm back, guys. This is our 10-year anniversary. When we announced in 2014 for the 2015 push, I laughed at. People were like, it sold out in an hour. People were like, it's not going to be around in 5 years. We're here for year 10, guys. Year 10.
Mhm. Yeah, that's amazing.
And we have the best of the best in the industry on the lineup for year 10.
I'm so excited to see Emile again because I haven't seen her since Austin.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
know. I haven't seen her since 2021. So that's exciting for me. I'm really excited to see her again. And she wasn't speaking, she just came to hang out, which I mean, that's another thing that I love, Vickie, is that you cultivated such like a vibe there that sometimes teachers come just to hang out and you can ask them questions. Like that's great. That was so cool. She was the person that like when I got to push, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm meeting Slice of Lime. So oh yeah, Emile is from Slice of Lime
Yeah,
Photography. I
I
should
love her.
yeah,
But,
I was very excited.
guys, this is not the dress to impress conference either. The people come in their pajamas with blankets wrapped around them because the conference room's cold because I want you awake because it starts at 8 a.m. Sorry. But it's people will literally in the after hour pods lay on the floor in their pajamas in groups because they just want to be there and absorb it via osmosis and not miss a thing. FOMO is
Yeah.
so imagine
I
not.
mean, speak for yourself. I already have an outfit for my speaking day. But yes, the after hour pod, you're going to catch me in some pajamas or some yoga pants because I am not about to be in a suit for, oh, heck no. But yeah, I'm very excited because I do have an outfit for
Well,
my
Lacey,
speaking day.
I appreciate you taking time out today. We're going to be back
Yeah.
tomorrow. We have a special guest.
Yes, I'm excited.
I am too. So we'll be back at noon Eastern tomorrow. But guys, if you have questions about push, again, Lacey's bonus with the link, be sure to click it. Ask your questions. I'm available. My number's on the website. My email's on the website. You'll be reaching me directly. DMs are open. Again, you'll be reaching me directly.
Yep.
And there's a handful of seats left. So who's going to be at year 10? That's the big question.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay.
Thank you,
Bye,
Lacey.
y'all.